Hi, I'm Conrad. This is a pre-recorded episode, so there'll be no comments or chats. After 4 years, the World Cup is back. So, starting from this episode, we'll have a few episodes with some sports themes. We'll start today by looking at what happens when a sports person hangs up their boots. Ian Nagel had a very distinguished professional rugby career, playing for club and country. And he managed to squeeze a Cambridge MBA in between all of that. He will talk about what he's been doing since retiring from rugby and how he's turned his sports experience into an entrepreneurial venture. I met Ian in a park, kind of like this one, in London. So, take a look. Hi, Ian. Oh my gosh, what is...
This box took a hammering.
Huh?
Hey Connor, sorry man.
Oh, you wanted to show us what is this this little thingy that we have here in a
Yeah, I'd love
park.
to. Yeah, I'd love to. So this is a swing box, and essentially what it is a micro gym. So it's an on-demand piece of fitness kit where a user downloads an app, and that app then essentially becomes a key for them to unlock the box and use the equipment for as long as they like. So if I unlock the box here now, I open the app and I scan the QR code, and then I press the unlock box. That then sends a signal to the cloud, and that'll come back and hopefully unlock the box here now in the next few seconds. Okay. And then
Ooh, so what do we have here?
yeah, so the box itself is like any regular weights bench that you would have in the gym, so that adjusts at 10-degree intervals. So you can have it in the horizontal position and then different levels. And then inside of the box, we have a range of dumbbells from 1 kilo up to 15 kilos. And then on the inside, we have 4 kettlebells, 20, 16, 12, and 8. So then when a user is doing their workout on the app, we also have a library of video content for them to view. Generally, those are HIIT sessions, about 20 to 30 minutes long. When the user has finished their workout, they return all the kit to the box. The box needs to recognize that all the items have been returned, otherwise it won't accept the lock request. So once all items have been returned, the user shuts the box and then presses the lock button here to end the workout.
Cool.
So yeah, then the session is finished and they can carry on with their day.
Shall we lift some weights and talk?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
I think your biceps are bigger than my thighs, so I'm gonna take the lowest weight.
I keep that open. Sorry.
So what? We just can take.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's
and then you can adjust the bench in any position you like. So.
Yeah. Well, I want to see you do 15 then. You're gonna be doing.
Those days are over, unfortunately.
Are you sure? No, look at that. Come on. So Ian, how did you get started with swing?
Yeah, so I was just finishing up playing rugby, and I was deciding what to do next. One of those options was to continue playing rugby, and I was also looking at opening my own gym. And a friend who I played with in Cambridge called me and said, I have an idea. I had this idea during lockdown. All the public four-wall gyms had shut down, and he didn't have any access to high-quality gym facilities. So he thought there must be some solution where users can share access to dumbbells and kettlebells. So he called with the idea for swing. He couldn't take on the idea himself because he's involved in another company that's venture backed. The idea very quickly resonated for me. I was living in Italy at the time, and I was living quite close to a public park, and I could see how users would literally bring wheelbarrows full of dumbbells and kettlebells to the park. So I could see that there was a problem there, and this seemed like a really good solution. So that was just under 2 years ago, and luckily we've got an incredible team, an engineer who's managed to design this, a software engineer who's put the app together, and thankfully so far it's been going well. So certainly different to my days playing rugby, but a great experience all the same.
So right behind us, we've got this other gym, which I guess is it's an open, free to use. Why this is a park that's run by the council. So why do they go with you in addition, or what's different with you versus that?
Yeah, so the way we operate for the councils is that we provide everything for free. So for some of the public outdoor gyms, those generally cost the councils upwards of about £20,000. The average outdoor gym is in the region of about £30,000 to £40,000. Whereas we provide everything for free, so that's insurance costs, cleaning, the installation, removal, marketing, all costs associated with the box are covered by Swing. The other reason that the council seem to like Swing is that we cater for a larger variety of users. So quite often with the outdoor gyms, they tend to cater for two types of users. So you have the very high resistance calisthenic equipment, or you have the very low resistance equipment, so the single speed cross trainers, single speed bicycles. What we hope to do is facilitate for the category in between, or for all demographic users. So because the dumbbells range from 1 kilo and the heaviest weight is 20 kilos, we can create all sorts of content for all types of users. We also collect a huge amount of data that we can feed back into the council. So because users register through the app and they unlock the box each time before each workout, we can feed back into the councils how often the boxes are used, what demographic a user is using it, what video content they've viewed, where they're traveling from for certain sessions when they reserve the box on the app. And all that data really helps the councils just to make better decisions and to see where they need to pool resources. So thankfully the councils have been quite receptive to us.
Oh, okay. So you can track like which weights people are using.
Yeah, so there's essentially a clever weighing scales inside the box, and that records which items have been taken in and which items have been returned. So we can actually feed back into the user, and we can feed back into councils which weights have been taken out or what are the most popular weights. That's an area of the box that's still improving, but we hope to progress to a stage for users where we can actually prescribe future workouts for them to do. So we can encourage someone to maybe increase the total weight that they've lifted to, by 5% for their next session. So that's something we hope to work with down, I guess, the medical route as well, specifically more in terms of prehab and rehab, where we can provide that platform for people to, I guess, have a measurable impact on how they're progressing with their recovery.
Okay. So Ian, you had a long career in professional sports in rugby. How did you move from that career to a startup like Swing Fitness?
Yeah, so some parts are very different, other parts are quite similar. For me, working in a startup, there's so much uncertainty. I think my longest rugby contract was 2 years. Normally I maybe signed just a 1-year contract, so beyond the 12 months I never knew what my circumstance was going to be. That's very similar with the startup. Our runway is generally only ever 6 months or 12 months. So living with that uncertainty is something that I'm familiar with. I guess maybe becoming used to the highs and lows, and certainly in my sporting career there were so many highs and so many lows that after a while you realize that things are never as good as they seem or never as bad as they seem, and that I find is quite the same with startups, that you can have some days that are brilliant, and then other days where you feel as if everything's going wrong. So just reminding yourself that it's never as good or bad as it seems is something that's definitely helped. But yeah, no, very, very similar in many ways, and yeah, quite enjoyable too, thankfully.
So if people want to use Swing Fitness, what should they do?
So the first thing is to download the app, the Swing Fitness app. That's on Apple and Android. The registration process takes less than 3 minutes. It's the same process as if they are renting one of the Line bikes or any of the micromobility apps. And once they're fully registered, they're good to go. All they need to do is locate where their nearest swing box is on the map, come to a box and do a session.
And right now it's only in London, is that right?
So we have 17 boxes deployed. 2 of those are in Milton Keynes and 15 are in London.
Okay.
And over the next 4 months, we'll have 50 boxes in London.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that the only thing left is to just keep on doing those weights.
Yeah.
All right. So that was my conversation with Ian Nagel, and I swear I can do a lot of those hammer curls, more than what I showed. Join us on the 2nd of December at a slightly later time of 4:15 p.m. where we will look at why we as a public have idolized founder CEOs to become heroes, just like how we do the same for sports people. Then on the 9th of December, we will talk about what makes football so beautiful. No, it is not Messi or Ronaldo, it's money. Obviously, a lot of money has gone into this World Cup, and a lot of brands have poured money to sponsor. We will be speaking with 2 alums, Yasu Okabe and Andreas Kitzing, who have built careers around brand sponsorship of sports. So join us on the 9th of December at our usual scheduled time of 12:45 to 1:30 p.m. UK time. Thank you so much, and I'll see you then.